already? Are you good? Okay.
Yeah.
Click the weenus.
Wow. All right.
Fucking
So
It starts off the podcast with old man noises, Steve.
But I got food poisoning Monday night.
oh, that must have been fun.
Yeah, so
Always fun.
Where did you eat? Did you eat at that really super nice casino bar that smelled like 8 million cigarettes that you
No,
took me and Byron to?
no, the fuck. That's how every bar in Vegas sounds like. No, that place, their food never makes me sick. That place is
It was
shit.
good. No, that shit was good. The food was good, but it was like
Yeah,
you could like see the smoke cloud.
I think
Byron,
the thing is like when you live in Vegas, you're used to just going in bars and then being like that. So it was not a shock to me at all because you could still smoke in bars here.
It's the same as living in Detroit.
Yeah, so I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit. I mean, whatever. I'm vaping. I want to vape, so it's all good. But yeah, I went to this place called the Magic Noodle, which is like one of my
That's my old stripper name.
yeah, for sure. But a different kind of noodle. These were hand pulled.
Mine's is too.
handfuls of what? What the fuck were you eating?
White cups. No, but anyways, I get it all the time, and I don't know what made me sick, but from like 2 to 11, I was just. I mean, it really lasted all day, all night Monday, all morning Tuesday, and then half the day, and then I haven't eaten since that Monday, so I'm gonna just try to go on a 72-hour fast since I'm already almost.
I've been trying to gear myself up to do a fast, and I totally should right now because I'm not training. I have that injury in my knee. It'd be a great time to do a fast, but dude, like
I've never done it.
I get like, oh wow, it's been like 11, 12 hours since I've eaten. I should do a 48-hour or 72-hour fast, and then like an hour later, I'm like, oh my god, I'm fucking starving. And I'm like, look, you're gonna have a headache. You're gonna have a headache. You're gonna be frustrated. You're just gonna have to do it. And so what I need to do is like, I need to like schedule it and then follow.
Yeah, I gotta be ready for it. I've been drinking a ton of water and then some electrolytes.
Yeah, there was one.
I was really big meal.
I was like, I'm gonna do a fast, and I didn't say anything to Allie or anything. And then like, I'm sitting here and I'm doing something, and it's like fucking 3:40 in the afternoon. I hadn't eaten anything since like 6 o'clock the day before. I'm like, shit. I'm fucking almost 20 hours in on this, bro. I'm doing hella good. And then she just walks over and puts a little Tupperware thing with a bunch of ground beef and fucking rice and green beans and a bunch of fucking sriracha sauce, and like it's a very healthy meal. And then there's like an apple and an avocado, and I'm like,
you know what we should do?
I'm not going to tell her, oh no, I'm sorry, I decided I'm going to fast. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to eat that shit. I'm like, yeah.
You know what we should do? We should do a 24-hour fast starting tomorrow. Just to see.
24 is not long enough. You got to do at least 48.
I'm already 6 hours.
You got to start though.
I know.
So we're gonna do a 48 starting tomorrow.
Well, I'm past that already.
I got friends in town, and we're already scheduled to go to dinner tomorrow night.
You can go to dinner and just not eat.
Go to a steakhouse and pay for it and not eat. Sick, bro. Yeah, let's go.
The bill will be cheaper.
Fuck you. I'm gonna go on a tomahawk fast.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'll be expensive. All right, so let's give everybody the title of what we're actually talking about today. I figure we don't never do that.
Yeah, we don't.
So
what we're building, and
what we're building, what we're talking about today is what we're building and mental health, I believe.
Yeah. So obviously it's mental health month or whatever, and I think I have a lot of good insight to this. I think all three of us do, right? Obviously, we're all like pretty capable, grown ass old fucking men that like, I get it. I'm not always 100% fucking positive and happy and everything's great. And I definitely have days when I'm a little bit whiny, or at least moments in it. And I acknowledge that. And it's like a study that I do, right? I'm really good at putting things into words of what and why. Shit, one of the first conversations I had with you, Memphis, is you and I talking about how well we deal with our emotional instability based on traumatic brain injuries, right? Mm-hmm. I got a bunch, you got a bunch, and And like, as soon as I was like, how well do you deal with when you get more upset than you should be? And you were like, oh man, I work at it so hard. I got to try really hard. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And we, and I'm like, the fucking thing. And you're like, and we're touching each other's scars and shit.
Yep.
You remember that shit? That was the first conversation me and Memphis had. He said, talked about his head injury and his scar on his head. And Andy didn't want to touch the scar on your head. I'm like, man, like, if when somebody's like, you're like, feel this fucking thing, they're like, ew, I don't want to do that. You're like, I have cooties because I bumped my head. Like, it's crazy. You feel this fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Tilt your head down. You're like,
yeah, I'm all, let me feel that fucking thing, man. Let me see that shit. And that was the fucking first moment I fucking started talking to you, was I was touching your fucking lump on your fucking head. So, but talking about
it's a taboo thing.
Mental stability.
Yeah, I don't have any scars on my head.
You don't have any scars in your head, but you got them in your fucking heart and in your fucking brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it gets rough sometimes, dog. Right? I knew you've been through some fucking difficult shit. You did a really, really fucking good job.
The external scars are easier to deal with than the
your
internal
divorce,
scars.
Steve. That shit was hard, and we knew it was hard. And I could see it on you that was hard, but you also stayed relentless with all of your shit. You didn't fucking drag shit down. And when you talked about it with your friends, you would go, I got this going on, and these are my solutions for it, and this is the direction I'm going, and I just need to stay the course. That was like, I mean, those are the exact words you said, but every time you and I ever discussed any of that shit, or even on the show, we all talked about it a bit. That was how you presented, was that you were like, I know this sucks, and I know I got to go through it, and I have a plan, and that's what I'm doing. And some days are a little easier than others, right? I mean, that was what I felt like from you. So there's so many people that they get hung up, and they fucking sit there and they tell themselves the story in their head over and over, or they don't bother to think of, they don't make a plan, they don't write a schedule. Like, when shit gets real hard, real hard, you got to make a plan, right? Maybe the plan is for the next 30 days. Maybe the plan is for the next couple of days. Maybe the plan is for the next day, or that day, or the rest of the day. Maybe you get to the point where you're just like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do at all right now at all. And like, okay, well, let's just inhale and then exhale. Like, when I was going through shit, when my mom was real sick, and they intubated my mom, and this nurse woman brought me aside and said, listen, I have to tell you this. Most of the time, when we get this far with these conditions and they intubate, they never come back off of that machine. No, more often than not. And I was like, really? And I had to come to grips with that. Now, lucky, a little bit later, they took her off the machine. She lived. She went on like 6 more years. It was a good run. But I just got told that there was a pretty high likelihood that my mom was going to die. And it was like, in a week period of time, my mom had been a little bit sick for a few weeks, and then she was in the hospital, and then they were like, you have cancer, and we're fucking treating you, and it's going like this, and then the treatment, and then within a day, and then all of a sudden they're sticking the fucking tube down her throat, and she's dying. It was like, holy fuck. And I walked outside, and I called one of my best friends in the world. His name's Nick Williams. He owns Premier Auto Tint out of El Dorado Hills, not terribly far from here. And I was like, I don't even understand what I'm supposed to do right now. And he was like, so you get as simple as you need to get. Like, you just breathe. You go. It's one fucking breath to the next, 1 second to the next. And as you come to grips, and you control yourself, you get your shit together, then you can think about when you're going to go home, and when you're going to feed your dog and take him for a walk. And then you're going to think about when you're going to lay in bed and try your best to be able to sleep. And you're going to organize with your sisters of who's going to be there with your mom and how everybody's going to communicate. And you're going to start sorting all of that shit out. But in the meantime, right now, you're going to fucking breathe. And it's like, fuck. So that's like, how tough can it get? How tough can it get? Well, your not so old mom that you think might have, 15 or 20 plus years left in her life is suddenly like on the brink of death, and that's a fucking surprise. Or if somebody's, wife is real sick, or if you are real fucking sick and you might fucking lose something, you have to break that shit down but you have to still be mindful that somewhere along the way you got to start making some plans and having some ideas and having solutions to keep your shit together.
I think having when you go through shit, and if you're able to, like me, my mind works really logically, so I just kind of step back and, like you said, I don't really make a plan per se.
You put it all together in words. You break down.
I literally write it down on my notepad on my phone.
Yeah.
Like the things I need to do, like to not like just accomplish what I need to accomplish, but like if you get anxiety, most people's anxieties like do because they have too much shit to do and they have a lot of loose ends and shit like that. So write down all my loose ends and just check off one after another. And every time you check one off, it makes you feel a little better about yourself.
Yeah, those are wins, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna, yeah.
Yeah, and then you get that shit done, and then all of a sudden you're fucking baseline again, So,
or you're better than that.
Yeah. I think stepping back, you got to be able to like put things in perspective as like what can you control and what's out of your control, and the shit that's out of your control, you got to like literally let it go because that shit will eat you up. Like that. That was really hard for me when I first was going through my divorce. Was the shit that I couldn't control. Like my ex, she was going through some serious mental issues, and there's things I couldn't control. And the things I could control was the person I was. And like, could I have been a better husband and all this other shit? Of course I could have been. Was I a good husband? I was. Was I a good dad? I was, but everything could have been better, like, and there was times where I really was a fucking shithead when I shouldn't have been, like you guys were talking about at the beginning, like, what do you do to control your anger when you get too mad? And I think that's something probably all guys deal with. I don't even know. I don't think it really has anything to do with head injuries. I think we all.
Oh, it's. I mean, everybody has a level
probably amplified. I'll give you that.
Definitely amplified. Like I'm fucking way better at dealing with it now, but when
I think it has a lot to do with the way you grow up too. Like the family I came from, bunch of hot-headed Arabs, all from another country. So like, getting upset really fast is normal to me, and being best friends right afterwards is normal as well. So like, it took a lot to change that mindset because most people are not like that. So.
I think a lot of it for me, with what Bobby's talking about is, so I present a very positive version, a very swallowable version of myself to everybody. Easy pill to swallow. Because for me, before a lot of the mental trauma and the things that I went through, the things I've had to do, before all of that, it wasn't the way it is now. Now it's like, if I get upset, my brain is automatically going from 1 to 1,000, and I feel like physically I am willing to do bad things that a lot of people won't go that distance to. And 90% of the time, it is not warranted. And so I have to mitigate that. And I've had physical therapy, noise therapy, people that talk to you but don't understand shit. And so, I've had therapists that tell me that literally the shit's my fault. And I'm like, okay, disregard the 21 years in the Army. The shit's my fault. Okay. And I've learned that I've had to mitigate it on my own. So what I do is I create distractions. Even audio is a distraction. Audio keeps my mind busy, keeps me consistently. I call them focal points. I literally go through like dropping focal points everywhere. So if I focus on this and I do this, and it's the reason why my work ethic is the way it is. People are like, "Oh, you work so hard, you work so long," and I'm like, I'm keeping my brain distracted for 90% of the day, and then the other 10% I sleep. And before talking to Bobby's the first person that I talked to physically, and I actually felt like understood what was going on. And then I spoke to Brad, and Brad was the second person. Even people that I have been stationed with and worked with, I didn't feel like they understood. And they were the two people I spoke to, and they were like, "Yeah, you're fucked up, and that shit's okay."
It's like kind
And
of okay. Like I'm not. I'm not mad at you for being fucked up, and I would never be mad at you. But if you get way too upset, then obviously that sucks, right? And so is it fair enough if you blow your top and you get real upset with somebody to group it back in and be like, hey, I'm really sorry that I went that far with my anger. Obviously, my anger and 99% of the time that I ever got overly upset, I did have something to be upset about. Right? You ever like you start to blow your top at like a level 5 of 10, and
Mhm.
in really the issue that they did was only a level 1 anger. You could have been like, hey man, you kind of fucked that up. Please don't do that. And instead, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you trying to fuck me over here? You want to fucking ruin things for me? Like that costs me money. You like now everybody's fucked because of you. What the fuck is wrong with you? And the people are like, damn man, you're way more upset than you should be. That's kind of, and you're like, oh motherfucker, you don't get to fucking pick out fucking man.
Yeah.
And then,
But you know
it's
why?
like 7, 8, 9, 10, 47. And you're like, this motherfucker, you're out of my life. I'll fucking beat you to death. I'm fucking ready to fight. Like
Once I
fucking
realized
fuck
why,
anybody else that's anywhere near you that has nothing to do with it. And you're like, what? I'll beat your
yeah.
fucking ass too. And they're like, okay, I fucking fuck that guy. And that's
But
that's
once you realize why it gets to that point, you're able to control it. I realized that my anger was getting to that point because I was getting mad from my own perspective and not from their perspective,
reality.
meaning that
Also
what
looking
they're
at
doing isn't, my brain is creating why you're doing it and what you're doing it for.
that's right. Oh,
And
what are you so fucking careless? You so
yep,
what do you're just blowing a fucking just like you're just ignoring what you're doing while you're doing it. Like you're just
yep.
oblivious to this.
And then you,
The only thing that you're doing, your job is to put these parts together like this, and you can't even fucking fathom that. That's the only thing you have to give a fuck about in this moment, and you're just
yep,
destroying hundreds of dollars in materials and wasting time that I'm paying you $30 an hour. What the fuck? Or like, your stepson, and he's like fucking 10, and he's like not paying attention in fucking jujitsu class. He's looking around. He's fucking doing fucking taekwondo katas across the mat, and you're like, motherfucker.
yeah.
You
But
will
you
go home
realize
and
you're
you will
not.
stare at a wall for the rest of time if
You
you don't get
realize
your
that
shit
you're
together
not.
right now. Yeah.
You're not
And then
mad
you're
at
like,
them.
and then the kid is like, uh-oh, and then I'm like, God, that was way the fuck over the top. I could have been like, hey bud, pay attention. He's like, oops, sorry, I'm pen. You're like, yep, you are. That's fine. Now when like guys, when guys fuck something up the shop, I go, damn, that sucks. I'm like, okay, what is the absolute best series of events that I can do no matter how anybody responds at all? What
Mhm.
what words can I say and what actions can I take? I sit there and looked at something that it was like really good and fucked up, but it was like kind of savable. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna fix this, and you're gonna watch me and help me. And when I get to a point where I think I can hand this fax off to you, and then you can finish the fix, and we can make this thing better for your giant fuck up, then we'll go from there, and you'll learn a whole bunch about how to fix horrific errors like this. And they go, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. It'll be fun. And I'm like, and I get a grinder and I fucking mix some black body filler and we're fucking shaping things. We're sanding. And then we go, cool, look at that. And it looks great. It's going to work fine. Awesome. Got it. Cool. Yay, team. All right. And then if something else happens, you can maybe go down that path on your own. And in the future, you will pay a lot closer attention to what the fuck you're doing right there. Please,
Yep.
thank you. Cool. And everybody's like, yay. And like Colt is over there like, Jesus Christ, dude. 20 years ago, you might have been dead. Like, Colt's like, fuck. Because Colt's been with me for fucking 23, 24 years, right?
Mhm.
So even though I was pretty bad, my main dude's still with me. So yay, right?
Yeah.
But I
One of the tenets I look at with it is what I've had to do in my journey of trying to make myself better is that one, if I get upset, like if I get pissed off, is it going to help the situation?
That's
No.
right. You gotta
So
ask.
why get upset?
What happens if I yell at somebody? What happens if
Yep.
I grit my teeth?
And
Am I
then
just supposed to
two,
sit there looking stupid? Yeah.
am I this upset because of what they did, or am I actually mad at myself about something? And it's usually the second half. I'm usually my anger, like you may have done something. It's like you the little igniter button on the fucking grill.
Yeah.
Like what they did was that button, but the flame is me, and
Yeah.
how big that flame
And
grows is because
you're
of
the
me.
fucking barbecue full of fucking propane because fucking
Yep, I'm just holding the
fucking
button.
bam, the lid blows
Yeah.
off. Oh,
Yep.
and everybody's eyebrows get singed a little bit. You're
Yep.
like,
And I'm
no,
like,
no,
it's okay. It's okay to be ignited. I don't have to burn, which means that I have to learn how to. One, I don't like anything being in control of me. And I feel like somebody else being able to anger me to that point is controlling me in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So I was like, I have to learn how to keep control over myself. And once I started paying more attention to why I was getting upset and learning that everybody doesn't see everything from my point of view, like they may have done something innocent. Somebody said something online the other day, and it kind of sparked me. It because it was a really fucked up comment. I'm really sensitive about people making jokes about fucking suicide because I've been there, and so somebody brung up something to do with Dan, and then Hank Veach posted a fucking picture of a suicide card as a joke, and then somebody went right under here him and posted another one, and I was like, damn, that's what we're doing, like seriously. And the guy comments, well, he should have called. And then somebody else, the other guy says, he says, well, I was under the impression that, he passed away this way and you need to stop the rumor mill. And I'm like, okay, he might not know, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he knew or not in my intent. And for me, it doesn't matter if he knew or not. Jokes about suicide aren't fucking, in my opinion, aren't fucking tolerated.
and you're like, and then in the reality is you're like, oh, that guy's kind of disgusting. I don't like that guy. And the best
Yeah.
reaction for you is be like, I'm not going to have that person be my friend on Facebook, and I can't get emotionally responsive to some. Now, if this is some person that is supposed to be your friend or colleague that you see in person, then you go, hey man, that shit's not that fucking cool. You should not be that kind of asshole. If you're actually my friend and you respect my opinion of things of this nature, then you should try to be mindful of that. Now, people don't have to fucking agree with you. They
Nope.
could as your friend be like, you know what? I don't like to make my friend uncomfortable. So I'm not going to do that shit anymore, even if I don't entirely get it. He has this opinion and I don't need to be that shitty to him about it. Or if they're like, no, I really like to make that fucking joke and it's my way. And if he's offended by that, then I don't need to be his friend anymore. Then they can do that too. And if,
Yeah.
and
Chris, who is that? Chris Barath? Barath?
Barath,
I guess so. Yeah, that I've heard that shit before, and I've lost shit more people than I feel like I have left in my family to suicide, like more soldiers. And every time somebody makes that comment he's talking about, I tell people all the time, I said, it's real easy to point a fucking gun at somebody else and pull the trigger. Trust me. I said, it's a whole lot harder to point that bitch at yourself and pull the trigger. Only difference is you don't get a do over.
Yeah.
Like that's it. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I encourage people not to, and to actually weigh the situation and parameters and figure out if this thing that you're so upset about is worth you not ever getting the chance to be upset about something else ever in life.
What do you
And
think about psilocybin, mushrooms, stuff like that for PTSD that they're doing a lot of studies on and stuff? Have you ever tried any of that?
I am at no disclosure to speak on those things right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
We can talk about those
like,
things later.
yeah, I mean, I've definitely used. I don't care if anybody knows. I've used
But
mushrooms.
I've no, I literally I by government contract I can't discuss those things publicly.
Sure,
But
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
we can talk
Well,
about it.
I'll
So
tell you what. I have probably about a dozen times munched on a whole bunch of mushroom gummies right here live on this show.
I've done the research, and
And
the
I
research
think
states
I've had, yeah.
that things would be better than the 9 medications a day they prescribe me. Like there's a medication, I have a medication for emotional stability, instability, anger management, um, schizophrenia, fucking of course, sleep, um, emotional detachment, and I forgot gabapentin is for. It sounds really bad what gabapentin is for, but it's for fucking night terrors. Oh, an antipsychotic. That's what it is. That's what it is. And none of that shit does anything but removes all emotion from me. If you'll know if I ever take my medication because I'll be fucking
How
bummed.
often do you take it?
my ex was on that shit a long
Supposed to
time.
take it every day. The ones I take most consistently is the sleep medication and the antipsychotic, so I won't have fucking night terrors. And every now and then, like maybe once or twice a month, I take the anger management pill when I feel like, you know what,
On it
shit's getting a
extra.
little too bad. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
explode. But all of them, like, it's like a chain reaction. If I don't take the sleep ones, then when I do fall asleep, I'll have night terrors. So then the sleep one leads to the night terror one. And after so long of not sleeping well and having night terrors, then I begin to not be able to control my emotional responses and my anger.
And
So
then
it's
you
like a
start
snowball.
getting like the schizophrenia shit because lack of sleep and just being on the psychotic edge all the time. And
Yep.
then all of a sudden you're like, what?
It was so bad at one point.
Talking and shit.
There was a point where I went 2 months on like an hour and a half of sleep a day. And it got to the point where I was so tired that I started losing blocks of time in the day. Like they were like, it went
I
from like,
mentioned this before.
yeah,
Yeah.
it went from like 10-minute spurts to like I started losing like hours where I wouldn't know what the fuck happened. Like it was like I blacked out and I'd be somewhere else. And I like, I don't know how the fuck I got there. I started losing
Like you
time.
were actually functioning, but it was
Yeah, I was
almost
still functioning, but I was losing the memory of it. So I got something really good that kind of fixed the whole sleep issue. Sleep's pretty much under control now, but night
pussy.
terrors aren't. No, that didn't do it.
Oh, dick. I fucking knew it.
You better stop. You already know social media is gonna call us gay. It's our plan. I think our plan's working.
It's like me and Memphis were joking. It was like we're gonna joke around like we're gay so much that motherfuckers are gonna just turn gay because they think we are.
They're gonna think gay is cool, and then we're gonna be like, haha, we're not gay.
I got you.
Hey,
got you, man.
this is a government buyout. You guys have no idea. That's why Memphis came on the show.
Oh, you're turning into a
Damn, you
robot.
turned into a robot, Steve.
No.
Yeah,
you hear
okay, look, he's coming back.
Kinda, but you
Yeah, he's
sounded like
frozen now. He's like,
he was patient for a long time, didn't say shit, and then
look,
got
he's
all
like this
excited
guy.
when we
Like
started talking gay. Yeah.
my pearls. He's
You still
stuck.
there, Steve?
Nah, he's stuck. He's DI. Nope, no, he's moved up. Yep, DIW.
Oh,
Dead in
look,
the
he's
water.
there in the thing, and he looks fine.
He said it's Pride Month. Is it?
How about now?
I
Yep.
can hear you. You're a little pixelated.
You're a little choppy. There you go. He's coming back.
Yeah. So okay, that was
You ever
weird. What
looked
were you
up
saying,
dream
Steve?
meanings?
What were you saying, Steve?
I don't know.
Yeah, you got real excited when me and Memphis were flirting.
He's like, God, you guys are gay. Me too.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I am the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Who
get on
knows
the
they're gonna
fucking.
gay me? Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, I was saying it's a government psyop, and that's why Memphis joined our crew.
Oh, that's what it is.
Sneaking
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
trying to make car audio gay. You know.
One gay at a time. One naked demo at a time.
How about
okay,
that? You're in line to get a demo in somebody's build, and you're sitting there, and you go and you hop in, and bam, and Mev has got his dick out, and you're like, "Oh
Yep.
no, bro!"
I'm like, this is. I
You're
just
like,
look
you're like,
over
"Oh,
hey,
you're like,
oh
do I
yeah.
jump? Hey, can you get mad at me? I know he's kind of unstable, kind of scared."
I'm like, take yours out and watch me float it.
Hey, did you guys see that like weird logo thing for Kamala Harris thing with the 5 different color like people, and they all have their
Oh, the circle jerk thing.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Let me
Somebody
see.
said that was the Down for Sound logo. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. I didn't know that was a real thing.
This.
What are they supposed to be
Dude,
holding?
I wish I didn't.
Look
I
at
wish
that,
I was-
dude. Look at that.
What it says? Kamala Harris for the people. So she's giving out fucking handy.
What do you
jobs.
mean? They're all holding each other's hand.
The old quintuple double jack is what I responded on my
There
buddy.
was a-
Go
there
back
was
to
a-
the picture real quick again. Let me see.
You want to see it again?
It's
Yeah.
holding dicks. Like,
Yeah,
why
dude,
are they in the middle?
Yeah, because if you look at the color of the hand that they're actually
Yeah,
holding,
they're
it is
holding the green one is holding.
They are all,
Yeah, because look, there are 2 hands
How
out
about
there,
you
and then
know,
there's that
they're
other
all
thing in the
holding
middle.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
It's the circle jerk.
Dude,
They
I'm
were
like,
they were
what
such a
the
better
fuck,
representation
bro?
of,
Like
of holding
the
hands.
old
than that.
quintuple double jack, bro.
And
I
you
just,
know what? Ain't it in the
I'm
shape
like,
of the?
is that a
It's in the
real
shape of the
fucking thing?
Pentagon,
With
ain't it?
somebody being funny.
Ain't it in the shape of the
This
Pentagon?
is circle jerk.
Look at it.
It's
Is that the
definitely
shape
a
of the
pentagon, bro. That's
Oh,
definitely, yeah.
Yep, it's a devil's dick.
Well, you could easily draw a little pentagram in the middle, and
I'm gonna put a goat head in the middle and repost it.
yeah, bam.
All right, let's see. Builds. What is
So-
everybody fucking building? We know what Steve's doing. Packing 1,000 pounds of shit in a 10-pound box again.
I do need to make that measurement for you, though. I keep fucking forgetting, Bobby. God damn it.
Draw that shit on a napkin. Let's get it done. So we are almost done. We're so fucking close. With my buddy Brandon Lime's wheelchair access truck, right? 6
That's the one with the
6
suicide
of the Relentless F12s, 3 7100s, 4-channel JL DSP amp, and a crazy custom center console that is literally one of the most like difficult things, like the shape of this motherfucker, because it's like off center and then it's got to make its way to center. So it's like and then I'm making and it's got a sub in it. So we used a JL 10W6 in that console, and we tuned it to be like a mid-bass driver because we can only put a single G8 mid in each front door, and then it's got the 4 tweeters and 4 3-inch in each pillar, right? 612s, and I was worried we would have a mid-bass gap, you know. So we put that 10 in there, and obviously, like, balance of everything is going to be a little off because of it, but that 10W6 did everything we wanted it to do with mid-bass and even being a little bit of a mid to pair with those 8s. And that thing sounds fucking amazing. It's really good. And then when Brandon is here, my buddy Brandon owns the truck, we're going to put him in. We're going to set up all the timeline. We're going to do like an SQ tune for him. We'll pull all the levels way down and, open the crossovers up a whole bunch and use that 10W6 as the primary subwoofer. And then we'll just make the 612s like infrasonic only, from maybe 30 hertz and down. And obviously everything will be lower. So I'm trying to give him a real SQ tune, even though it's going to be a little sloppy because it's got 4 fucking tweeters and 4 3-inch in each pillar, but nonetheless, it should be really amazing. And then, and that build, we expect he's rolling out on probably Tuesday. So it's awesome to finally wrap that one up. We got another, the Stereotype build, which you saw at the Gately show, and Steve showed Steve. That one is leaving tomorrow, and I smashed the shit out of the windshield in that thing today, giving Steve Mead and Brandon Scobie demos because Steve came by to film some content. So I got to call
now
Barry.
Steve comes by.
Nice.
Call Barry and be like, "Hey, I got good news and bad news. Good news is Steve came by, got a bunch of demos. Bad news is I owe you a windshield." And I called my buddy Robert that does windshields for us. And he's like, "I can be there on Friday morning." And I'm like, "Leaving tomorrow." And he's like, "Shit." And I'm like, I'm just gonna have to tape it up, and it'll go home to Idaho. I mean, it won't leak or anything. It's not that broken, right?
So did you stop when it spider webbed? No.
We played a little more, but I didn't let it like start breathing and doing the whole thing. And then, and so we did like one more part of a demo after it had broken, and it broke a little bit more. And then I have this local young lady named Brandy. She's adorable, little tall, skinny, purple-haired thing. She goes to the tattoo shop next door, and she fucking loves these things. And she's like, anytime you need a hair trick, girl, I'll come right over. And so I had sent her a message yesterday afternoon to see if she was available. She's like, I can come by tomorrow. And so her and one of her friends showed up. And so we did it. We did a couple more demo songs. We kept it low enough that it would blow their hair around real good. But I didn't want to like throw glass all over these,
I need to start DoorDashing hair tricks too. That's what I need. DoorDashing hair tricks. I need that.
Yeah.
So speaking of let me read him first.
I would say contact Hunter Martin or Drew and get a design.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pick one. Either or. Both good guys.
Or there's a lot of good designers.
15's fourth order. I would be looking to get that sealed chamber. What subs are they, actually? That's what I need to know.
That sounds a little on the big side.
Yeah, the sealed chamber seems so big.
1.75 per?
I'm usually gonna be about 1.5 per woofer, unless we're talking about some weird low power shit, but nobody does that anymore.
And is he accounting for the displacement as well? That 0.26 around average per sub. So
if they're a big old monster and then the upper side, I don't give a fuck how that big, as long as it's more than a 1-to-1 and usually less than a 3-to-1. And then the 16-inch support area is not going to be what you want. You're going to look for somewhere between 55 and 70% of usable cone area for that upper section. But when you start like the guillotine, after all the testing, when we close that thing up, we are at like 47% cone area or less.
Resilient sound goals 15.
Okay, so those are big, decent size subs. Yeah, I'd go 1.5.
1.5 is good if he's not inverted.
Also, how much power too? Like that kind of matters.
That too.
I mean, it plays a role. And when you really want to, if you really want to nail that down, man, Hunter and Drew are going to be able to help you. Hunter's really fast and he's super good. Drew's a little slower typically. He's got a big backlog of stuff, but he'll get you a nice design.
Yeah, he's going inverted. Yep. All right, yeah, just like Bobby said, man, just get you a locked in solid design. If you use Hunter Martin, make sure you send him your exact measurements, not some fucking roundabout shit, because he will chop you up. And he's not going to do your design without sending him the fucking max width, height, and depth. What equipment, what vehicle, what amps, what frequency would you like to play? Do that, you'll have a design in like a week.
Yeah, that for sure.
God damn it. Steve's a robot again.
I'll talk about what I'm building until he comes back to normal. I think he's controlled by AI right now. Skynet's got him.
Yeah.
So currently, you said windshields earlier. Tomorrow morning, I'm leaving to go to South Carolina to pick up my double windshield for Frost from Matt, because Mike Palazzo dropped it off to Matt on his way back from Ohio. And Dave is here from Florida, who does the acrylic windshields.
Looking at a picture of him right here, working on something, iceberg, bulletproof windshield.
Yeah, he's
the one that's got all the fucking 15Ks in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
You're full extreme cabin on that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I went all the way out with that one. It's extreme cabin, and I shrunk the cabin a lot.
Yeah.
I came in like 12 inches on the passenger side. So should be pretty brutal. But yeah, he flew in from Florida so he could take the measurements.
Oh, he's got to measure and fill all these and to get these holes just right.
He's been measuring since noon, and I think he probably finished like 2 hours ago. I left him at the shop. Had to go get my baby girl. So it was a lot of process. He was in there with a caliper and a laptop.
I see it. He's holding the caliper in his hand in this photo.
Yep. So really great dude. He makes the acrylic windshields, the bulletproof one. So he should be done with that. I'm gonna pick him up in the morning. We're gonna ride to South Carolina. I'm gonna pick up the windshield. He's gonna meet Matt and Britt and Christian, look at their windshields, and then we're coming back and he's gonna fly back and get it done. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on. I already came past the hard part of trying to get that big ass battery in the truck. And for people
Like you got that pretty bad. Looks like it's going to be a little tough to make some of those wire connections on the low side.
I don't know. So I put the grounds on the bottom and it's about 2 inches off the floor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 4-aught from the alternators to that. And then I'm going to run 4-aught back out and run it up under the truck and into the back to bus bars. So I don't have a lot of connections to do on that battery. So that was the good part about having it in the door.
So at least a 4-aught per 15K. So you'll have at least seven 4-aughts going through the back, and however 4-aught per alternator or 2-aught per alternator. How about that? 2-aught per alternator.
I got 4-aught and 0 out at the shop.
Well, okay.
Or I could just take my time. I could take my time and just fucking order some 2-aught.
It might be a little easier, but it may not be. You know?
I think it will be. It's a lot of spaghetti, some fat noodles. So I'll probably order 2 more rolls of 2-aught, and that way I'll have a black and a blue roll, and then I'll use that from the alternators. I'll use the 4-aught to run to the back, and then I'll use 1-aught at the amps. And it should be good to go. But that battery, I found out.
Did you map out the layout of the amps back there yet? Did you place them all in there?
I mapped them out. I just got to build my rack, which is pretty simple.
You're gonna do one on the upper deck, and then
that one's there.
I
put the one on the upper deck already. That one's there. And then I'll stagger out the 2.
You could do 2 on that upper deck if they're kind of staggered the same, and then you can have 2 and 3.
I thought about that too, but I was like, you know what? Bobby sent me this nice picture. I'm gonna build this nice picture and worry about it that way. Still got to figure out where to because we didn't put the pitch. Oh, did we say the 4,000.8's going in one of the passenger doors, right? He forgot. I think we did say that on the phone.
Or you could put it back there. You could put it on that upper deck with the other 15K.
I could.
That's what you could do because there's room there.
Yep.
Or just fucking goddamn 8 fucking gigantic amplifiers back there.
I just like the look of a bunch of fucking blue power sitting in the back of the truck. I think it's just a bigger wow effect of seeing.
Did I send it to you
on my phone?
Somebody helped you get that battery in there, right?
Yeah, I found out that battery is fucking not 400 pounds. It's 490 pounds.
It's fucking, yeah.
I was wondering why it was so heavy. I'm like, I've moved this type of weight before. And I'm like, I pick it up and I'm like, oh, my pink sock's hanging out. Like, wasn't good at all. It is definitely heavy. And it's funny because when they put it in the back of my truck, my tow light came on. I was like, oh, shit.
How do you have it secured back there? I didn't really see a whole lot of pictures.
So I had a long conversation with Brad for like a couple days because at first me and him discussed, I was like, I'm gonna sit this battery on the floor in the cabin and it's gonna be a seat. And he was like, yeah, cool. And then I actually get the battery here. And so instead of moving that battery around, I build an identical mock box that is shaped exactly like the fucking battery. So I was moving this thing around everywhere and I put it in the cab. And I sit on top of it, and I'm in the fucking truck like this. I'm like, oh no, this isn't gonna work. So I was like, all right, it can't go on the floor. So I was like, well, I'll put it up against the wall over there. And I was like, yep, too tall to go over there. So I was like, all right, what are we gonna do? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, it's just gonna go on the floor. And I'm like, Brad, I'm sitting this thing on the floor. And he's like, yep. Nobody can sit on top of it. It might break the fucking plexi. I'm like, all right, it's not going on the floor.
You're gonna break that fucking 3/4 plexi?
I don't know. We got some pretty big boys in audio.
Like on the floor of your cab?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your seat again, right?
Yeah, it would be a seat.
But then you'd be hitting the roof.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm tall, so I'm like,
I can break the fucking 3/4 inch acrylic.
Well, Brad said we might, and that was all I needed to hear. I was like, yeah, fuck that. Plus the space
Yeah.
is cramped. And I was like, all right, cool. So I went down and hit my buddy up who's 2 shops away. He runs the plasma table. And I'm like, look, we need to make it where this thing can go on the wall. And he's like, cool, just put 2 pieces of angle iron up there and sit it on there and fucking bolt it to the box. I was like, we can't bolt it to the box. The box is made out of fucking 3/4. There's nothing strong enough that I can send through this box shy of 200 fucking 1/4-inch screws that might secure it in one spot.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, fuck you. I'll fucking get on the computer and I'll fucking design something. So he designs these cool ass fucking brackets that are bolted to the wall with 3-inch fucking lag bolts. It's like 16 bolts per bracket. And they're made out of 1/4-inch steel. And so there's 2 at the back end, like close to the rear door, and they got a lip on them, so it slides into those, and then it lays into the other 2 that don't have a lip, and then you got 2 extra brackets that have a lip on it that you bolt down on the side that hold the front end. So the front's held in, the back's held in, and the weight's supported by pretty much 6 brackets.
So those screws, I mean, how did you use that long a screw if they're not going through the box? I'm thinking
No,
about
so the box is, think about it. It's a 2x1 cage with the squares filled and a piece of 3/4 on both sides.
Okay, so
So
you had 3.5 inches roughly.
yep, so it doesn't go through. That was the
Okay.
first thing. As soon as I sent the first one, I looked on the inside. I was like, all right, I was prepared. Like, if it goes through, I'm gonna fucking grind that bitch down, body work it, and fucking paint it again and call it a day.
Yeah.
But didn't go through. It's pretty fucking secure. The battery's so pretty, I don't even want to put the passenger door back on. I just want to leave the door off and just fucking put it at the show like that. So I was like, I might when I get to the show, just put the fucking 2 bolts in the bottom and just fucking lift the door off and just sit on the side. Because I was like, it looks, it looks pretty.
Or you could cut a hole in the door and put a plexi window in there, like I did in my.
That sounds cool. Never thought about that.
Put some lights in there.
Have fucking Dave fucking make a whole little bracket thing and all, and the acrylic and the whole shit, and then you just weld that shit on there.
I could cut a. No.
It's like when you're towing it and driving it, and people are like, "Whoa, look at the side of that!" It's fucking.
Dude. Yeah, when I drove that truck, period. When I was bringing it back from South Carolina, people were driving by and looking like, "What the fuck is that?" And then monkey box style door. What the fuck is that?
Monkey box was that little Scion with the whole back of it is a big acrylic back door, and you see through the box. It has the 318s with all the blue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What I was gonna do actually was just fucking what I thought about. I was gonna hit you up about it earlier, but I ain't having enough time before we started the cast. But I was like, because I couldn't put a door panel on there anymore. I had to take that door panel off to get that door closed, and I was like, should hit Bobby up and see if he can make a pretty much like just a wood door skin with the Gately shield on it, stained blue, and I can just put that over the door because I was like, I don't want to weld on that side just in case at any point that battery tilts a little bit and all that metal touches the fucking door. So I was like, if I put a wood skin there,
then you're safe-ish.
Yeah, something nicer that you build. It's just a skin. It should be just like a 3/4 sheet.
Race Wars, Tyler? Sorry, Tyler asking me about Race Wars. When is that shit?
Every day in Alabama.
Wrong Race Wars. No. Yeah. This Friday, Saturday? No, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds great, but no, there's just too much
shit
to do. And and Sunday is a car. So Sunday is Father's Day. I'm going to go hang out with my dad, actually. That's what I'm going to do.
Yep. This has been.
We shouldn't have events on Father's Day. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Single dads will go with no dads. Single dads with no dads. Sit with my kids.
My dad is states away, so I won't be doing that. I'll be watching some golf, U.S. Open weekend.
You FaceTime them.
Oh yeah. See what's up.
My dad's on a different continent. But yeah, this has been probably one of my most stressful weeks
Yeah, you
because
mentioned something the other day when you were being dramatic on Facebook.
I know you checked me real fast.
Like so
I,
dramatic.
when I read your comment, all I heard was "stop being a bitch." I was like, all right.
Dude, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, you know what? Like, okay, you probably got 5,000 people that are your friends on Facebook. I bet at least 1,000 of them were like, oh, this motherfucker, he's whining about his fucking fancy ass fucking life. Oh man, they were like happy that you were sad,
Oh yeah,
or like, oh, I don't want to hear this motherfucker shit, right?
yeah.
So like, you know, if here's something that I wanted to talk about with regards to all that kind of shit, right? Earlier, I was telling Jerry Eastman when he was here about not that he has this issue of any kind, but he was like, "You're going to talk about mental health, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." So
Is that why
if
he's not on
if
here?
you're a man and you think you have nobody to talk to, one, you need to try talk to your friends because they probably are there for you, right?
I'm sorry, I was in the comment section.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jason. And it's not Hurricane DeClue. I just want you to know it's Hurricane Houston, aka Hurricane Memphis, and it's gonna be that until you bring that fucking build out, bro, Migo.
Is he really on our fucking show right now? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
He is. Jason's cool. Jason just needs to bring that build out because I got something for your
He
labs.
keeps telling me that he's gonna buy a bunch of amps for his build, and I'm like, I'm ready when you are, man. You let me know. Let's go.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't have any.
Can't have any. We're gonna fucking run out of them though. We're gonna run out of 10Ks before I get more here. It's gonna happen. I don't have any money to buy any more yet, and they're
Can't
running
have any, Jason.
low.
Jason, you got to get ruthless amps.
Oh, he did. I will not let him have ruthless amps. But so I was saying, you know, if you think you don't have friends to talk to, you need to say, hey, I want to talk to you. I need somebody to talk to. Right now, if you find that nobody wants to hear your shit, you need to pick better friends. Or if you go, I used to talk to my friends all the time, and now they don't listen to me anymore, then you really are. You might be one of those asshole whiner friends where like you start bitching about your shitty life and all they do is hear you talking about what you've created and how it, and you know what I mean? They're like, oh man, and my girlfriend is shitty to me and my blah 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 and my boss sucks and this, and it's like, man, this is the same shit you've been saying for years, bro. Like, do something about it. You can't, you know, if my boy hits me up and he's like, dude, I'm miserable at this job, I'm not sure what the fuck to do, and you're like, damn, dude, you know, hey, you know, what's the deal, what's the problem with, you know, trying to analyze, help them figure out how to address the issues they have with their job, or maybe the issues they have with their girlfriend, how to help them communicate, how to help them. I'm trying to help them figure out a solution. Or sometimes they go, dude, my boss is this toxic asshole and he does these things and it's terrible and I hate it. And it's like, let's update your resume and let's get it out there. Let's help you find a new fucking job. Let's, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, 2.5 fucking years go by and your boy is like, I don't want to hear you bitch about your shitty boss, your shitty girlfriend, your fucking shitty fucking life that you just keep on doing, bro. Fuck you. That's dumb, you know? And so when you think nobody wants to hear your shit, maybe they did a whole bunch already. And you need to acknowledge that you need to actually make some fucking changes and be responsible for the miserable shit that you've created.
That's what
right?
I was getting ready to say. You can never having a complaint is cool as a man every now and then. One of the things that men have an issue with is that the minute we wake up and walk out the door, we got to be this tough person. We don't get that safe space. So when I say that, I'm talking about the perception of the world, not how you actually walk out the door. for the perception of the world and men.
People
And
think
so
that. People think that. I don't fucking think that. I'm a goddamn crybaby. I fucking cry all over the fuck place. It's ridiculous. I fucking watch a motherfucking Instagram fucking thing. I'm sitting there and I see somebody being nice to somebody where the fucking disabled kid that's like half-ass part of the basketball team and the other team is helping him fucking score a point and the crowd goes wild and I'm like, hey, fucking kids are amazing. I'm like,
I'm
you know
the
what I mean?
inappropriate laugher in that situation.
Yeah, I'll sit and giggle and I'll be like, that's fucking funny, but I'll also have a love and appreciation when somebody's not a piece of shit. You're like, man, like it's really cool.
It's the standard persona though. So when I say that, it's not that everybody walks around like this, but the standard, the stereotypical cookie cutter persona about men is that this is what we have to do, and then we don't get a safe space, or not a lot of people either. We don't know how to find a safe space, or we don't have one, and so you're stuck pretty much. Oh, my leg hurts today. I'm gonna fucking suck it up. I'm not gonna tell anybody about it, and that goes on to the extent where you've spent this cycle of time bottling things up, and now you become toxic to yourself. So, and when I made my post, I'm like, okay, I don't want people to confuse my tired for fucking sad. Not fucking sad. I'm fucking exhausted. I've never had to work a crunch time. Every time a show has come up, my builds were already fucking ready. And at this point, Iceberg is in the fucking making and Frost is down. So I'm like, I was in the shop this week, literally 4 days. Well, from last Friday till yesterday, from 9 o'clock in the morning till after fucking midnight. And I'm like, holy fuck, I'm fucking tired. I started to get like, I got a head cold now because I feel like I usually don't get sick, but the more I fucking make
when
my
you're
body
burning
go
the
through
candle
this
on both
stress,
ends, man, pretty soon.
yeah, it's like germs are fucking waiting for me. They're like, there's a kink in his armor. Let's fucking invade. And that's where I'm at. I'm fucking sick. I'm tired, and I'm still fucking grinding to make sure this shit happens. And there's tons of people always say you post a post of negativity in your life, and you'll get a billion fucking likes and comments. You post a post of, hey, I got a new job, and there's like 3 claps.
Yep. Things are awesome. I'm doing fucking hella great. And then like fucking people will be like making taking a screenshot of it and like talking shit somewhere. Oh, this motherfucker thinks it's great. Fucking blah, 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 blah. And you're like, fucking dude, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As
So
you work 16 hours a day, yeah, you need a break too, dude. If you're working 16 hours a day every day, you need a break. And I highly doubt the circus is open that long. No, I'm sorry, I'm fucking with you. I like to fuck with you. I can't help it, Jason. I'm sorry. I fuck with you.
no.
But yeah, you definitely working 16 hours a day consistently is actually fucking been proven to be bad for your fucking health. So I would suggest, or hopefully you work 16 hours a day, maybe 5 days a week. You take some of that time with Tanya and you chill out, catch a movie or some fucking food or something. But I'm it's bad it's me telling you something and not following my own fucking advice, because unfortunately work makes me happy.
Yeah. That's, talking about, we circle back to the beginning, getting wins, right? If you make that checklist, like Steve was saying, right? And you're like, check, dude, bam, you made a checklist. You got to win. You're fucking release oxytocin and fucking dopamine. Bing, bing. You're happier. You're fucking happier. Check off your make a big ass checklist. Make a fucking list. You're having a tough day. Make a list. You're like, wake up. Check. Boom. A little bit. Up. Drink coffee. Check. Jump. Check. Sick. I'm doing good. I'm fucking batting 1,000. Get in the truck. Boom. Start the truck. Boom. Fucking drive. Yay. Arrive where you're going. Check. Yay. I'm fucking kicking ass. Look at me. Watch me go, bitch. I'm getting shit done, son.
Right.
You're like, yeah, get out of the car. Get a little bit of work done. Fucking dude, I killed the whole thing. I am fucking batting 1,000 so far today, baby. Let's go. And then you don't really have to write all that shit down. But if you're like, okay, get to the shop on time.
Never.
I think what it really helps with too,
call this customer. Boom, boom, boom. Order parts from Steve Mead. Boom, got it. Damn, I'm fucking crushing it. All right, like work on project blah 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 with Colt. Boom, fucking yes, I'm doing great.
Yeah, one thing it helps me with a lot too is like if you have something that's always on your mind, like constantly, a few things, and you like can't stop thinking about it. Like when you write those down, it somehow like takes it off of your mind and puts it onto this board.
I might need to do that.
You know what I mean?
So like, I am very I'm task oriented, which means like if I know my worst days are when I don't feel like I've accomplished anything that I set my mind to accomplish when I got to the shop. Those are when I'm like the most in my fucking feelings. But as long as I get some things on, so I might need to just start checklisting it, like you said.
So
yeah,
me and Jerry were talking about how sometimes it's like a fucking nightmare. Like you can't win for trying, right? You go, oh, okay, I'm gonna go. He was gonna go on a little bit of an example is Jerry. He thinks he needs to tear the dash out of the demo rig 916, right? He's got to do something in there. I can't remember what the fuck it was. Maybe something with the AC or something. Anyway, he's got to pull the fucking dash out. He's obviously not super excited about it. He's got a fucking full-time job. He's got a lot of shit to do. So like he kind of put it off a little bit, and then he was gonna do it like on Saturday, or I think it was Saturday. And so he showed up at NSA to do the work, but there was another project that they were working on that they thought they would be done with, and it wasn't done yet. And so that project was in the way of him doing that. So he had to pivot and do something entirely different. So he did a whole bunch of other shit through the day. So he still spent a whole day doing a bunch of shit to the truck that needed to get done. It's not as pertinent as the dash shit, but it needs to get done eventually. But he couldn't tear a dash out and have a whole fucking shit apart because it's not realistic to do it all in one day and have two big ass disassembled projects at the same time in the space, right? So he held off on that and he did a bunch of other shit, but he still had this like a little bit of energy of like, I didn't do what I was going to do that day. And it's like, but you crushed another whole day of work otherwise that you wouldn't do another day, right? Like, so if you have 3 days of work to do and one project is 2 days and one project is 1 day and you only have 1 day to work and you do the whole one, you still did 1 day worth of work and you still only have 2 days left of work to do. Like he still killed it. It was like a productive pivot. So when you have that and your mind is still fucking hovering over you, you can go, I did all this other shit though, bitch. I did all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finish a few things for Brandon Lime's center console project. But today, a gang of other shit got in the way of all that. And I had to do it. I had a customer here and I had fucking another customer come by. We had to deal with other things in regards to Brandon's console. So I wasn't able to spend as much time there. I had to go and pick the console up from the bedliner guys. I had numerous other things to do. And so like as the day was wrapping up today, and when I was talking to Jerry, I was thinking about, I was like, man, I really wish I had those parts printing. I really want to get those fucking going. But I didn't. But you know what? I did a lot of other shit, and that some of it I was planning on doing tomorrow, and some of it was like, surprise, bitch, you're gonna do the shit today. I spent an hour and a half with Steve filming fucking demo videos that Steve's gonna put on his channel. That's gonna be great for us and Steve and for Barry with the Stereotype build and fucking all of you guys that have baby shit. The better we're doing with things, then the better it is for everybody else that's involved, right? So it was like, cool. I did work all day long. I got here at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, and I worked all fucking day long. We started the show at fucking 6. I'm 13 hours into the day here with little to no fucking break of any kind. I mean, it's kind of like a break when I'm hanging out in the parking lot bullshitting with Steve, but we're doing fucking, I'm demoing the fucking truck. We're fucking with stuff. We're discussing, we're filming stuff. I'm describing this is this and that is that. And that's a fucking, but you still get like, I'm still going to leave here tonight and be like, man, I wish those fucking parts were printed. So tomorrow when I get here at 6 a.m., it's going to be like, hey, that's what I'm fucking doing. I'm gonna get these motherfuckers done. And I needed the console back to finalize some measurements. Once it's finally done and sprayed and we put the wood components on, I can measure a couple of things and check my angle of my little part, and then I can finalize these, fucking components and get them printing, and awesome. And I didn't get the console back until fucking 4:00 in the afternoon. There's no way I was going to get all those parts done before the show and the whole fucking thing. So anyway, Wednesdays are a big day for me. I usually hear, 14 or 16 fucking hours because we do the show. But man, the show is, even though we're doing all this and we're discussing all these big details and everything, the show is like meditation when we do this, because it's like, yeah, we're thinking about all the other stuff and we're talking about all the things, but it's like a big reset. We get to like sort out all of my shit and go, okay, where am I at? A lot of times I'm tired as fuck when I leave here, and I'm entertained by all of you guys and you two gentlemen here, my boys, because I love having these conversations with you guys, right? But it's like jujitsu for me is meditation. And even though I've been injured, I've been going to class and watching them do the technique, and I talk, and I actually help a bunch of the lower belts that are doing the drills. I go around and I'm like, help them like this here, and you grab there, and you push his knee there, and you're gonna pull the lapel there, and this is how you do this pass, and there you go, you got it. And then and help them, and then once everybody starts rolling, I go over and say goodbye to Cassio, and I come back, and it's like a nice little reset. I still feel the same. I came back to the shop and I get to jump back in, and my head is clear, and I'm not overwhelmed by the massive amount of fucking shit I got to do. So, it's there is a little bit of like, hey, you're a fucking man, you're a tough guy, you need to fucking suck it up and get shit done. But there's also a responsibility for you to pay attention to who really gives a fuck about you, right? Here's the thing: is typically some girl, right, posts a boohoo fucking post on Facebook, and every fucking thirsty ass dude and every chick that wants to be supportive of women goes in and, oh honey, and it's gonna be okay, and it's this and it's that, and they're being all nice and shit.
You got an inbox full of wieners right out there.
Got a bunch of fucking dudes are like, oh, do you want to grab my shoulder? I'll buy you a beer, blah blah blah. And fucking chicks are like, oh no, you're a creep, ill, and fucking but when a guy is like, I need some fucking rest, and I fucking blah, and it's like this bunch of motherfuckers are like, ha ha, or and the guys get like overly concerned. Hey man, you really do need to get some rest. And you're like, no, I don't. I need to finish these motherfucking trucks, bro. But when I'm done with them, then I'm gonna fucking rest. That's what I said. Fuck, like
that sounds just like my page. That's my response every time.
No,
like, fuck you.
No, it's like, no, you misunderstood. I'm scheduling, right? Make the list. I'm overwhelmed. I need to fucking rest. Okay, this is when it's over here.
That's what happened.
And I'm gonna put this on my schedule, and I'm gonna block this timeout. And when fucking, hey man, after you get back from scraping, yeah, I'll be available on Thursday after I get back from scraping, because on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm doing something entirely different. Like I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to fucking sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play with my kid. I'm going to walk my dog. I'm going to do anything other than work on anything on purpose,
Pretty much.
And people be like, oh, that's rad. Good for you. That's good. But if you're a fucking man and you make a post about, now it's kind of scary sometimes if you think somebody's like really seriously going through it and they make a post about it on Facebook, right? It's something to consider, right? You're like, is this guy so detached from who's his real friends that he doesn't think he can reach out to one of them directly, and he makes this post, hey, I fucking just can't do this anymore, I'm fucking flipping out, and you're like, oh, I don't even know this guy in real life, and I feel like, should I say, hey man, are you okay? Should I report him on Facebook? Hey man, this guy looks like he wants to fucking die. That's not cool. You know what I mean? Like Like, what are you supposed to do with that if you don't really know this fucking person? You're like, fuck.
I'll usually inbox them because I don't have the time to figure out if they're serious or not.
So you just go, hey man, you need to jump on a call? What's going on?
Yep.
Like, let's talk.
I
get it.
inbox them. I saw one a couple of weeks ago, and I just randomly inboxed him. And I was like, "Yo, whatever he's going through, it's not that fucking serious. And if you need to talk about it, you can hit me up." And me and him have been actually good friends. He's been inboxing me back and forth and making sure his shit was good because I've been there, and there's so many people who cry wolf that we don't know who's telling the truth. So I treat them all as if they're telling the truth, and I ain't got to worry about it.
And and maybe sometimes like you don't even know if they were really crying wolf or not, but if you fixed them, and maybe just a little bit of attention is all somebody needs. Maybe somebody really did burn all of the bridges of these, friends, or some of them were not real friends. They were just some motherfuckers that were over here that they thought they were their friend, and they went, man, I'm having a really tough time, and I'm just not sure how to deal with all this shit. And that person didn't even want to give them any advice. They didn't even want to be like, dude, get a new fucking job. You know what? You should probably dump your bitch. She sounds like a fucking piece of shit. Like, you should do better. You know what I mean? Like, you seem like a really nice guy. You ever, gone to the gym and done a workout? You're like, I'm kind of nervous, man. I've never done it before. I've never done anything athletic. I'm scared. Well, everybody's gonna suck real bad at it their first time. Go in there and hire a fucking personal trainer and get 10 sessions for fucking $300, and they're gonna teach you how to do most of the form of all the shit you need to do, and then from there you just run with it and watch YouTube videos. Go for it. Good luck. And maybe that's all it takes. I do that. That's cool. All right. Like, I see all these videos online of people being mean to each other in the fucking gym, and you're like, that is a tiny, itty bitty bitty fucking fraction of that. Normally,
you ignore those guys. You tell those guys to eat a bag of cat dicks, and
exactly.
you keep on doing what you got to do. But I mean, my whole thing was just like, and I've seen, now there are some people, I'm not going to say that I'm fucking Captain Saving for everybody, because there are some people that I've tried to reach out to, and it's just every week. Every week there's post after post every week. And I'm like, you listen to nothing I said.
Right.
Or if your life is that bad, then you know what? Go ahead. I've tried everything else. Like, figure it out on you. Go ahead and do it. Because at this point,
you're like, they create their own fucking nightmares. Sometimes you're like, dude, this is 100% your fault. Like, you got
if you are that fucking unhappy and you don't want to. So there's a thing in being unhappy in a situation where you can't control the outliers. And then there's being unhappy and creating your own unhappiness. Shitting in your pamper and choosing not to take it off is created unhappiness. Like, and I'm like, if you're doing that, then you're the problem. And maybe I don't need to say it'll be okay. Don't do that. Maybe I need to say do it, and maybe that'll like snap you, like, you know what, all right, maybe it's not that fucking bad. Maybe I need to do this. And for this one in particular person, it actually fucking worked. I haven't either he just chose to block me from those specific posts, or
you're like, come on, man. It's like, man, I'm fucking miserable, and my girl hates me, and my job sucks. It's like, hey, try this. Go into your job and quit, and swing by your bitch's house and pick up all your shit and be like, I'm done with you. And then go home and smoke a bowl and turn on your PlayStation. Try that. See how that feels. You might go,
wow, I'm unemployed.
You know what? Like, here's the thing is I've been a few times in my life, been doing pretty goddamn well financially. Not like I'm some rich guy, but like, I was a 22-year-old dude making like 70 grand a year. I was supporting my mom and my younger brother, and I fucking had brand new dirt bikes, and I could go fucking ride. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. I made good money. And I've had where, like I was working out of my house, and I was building speaker boxes for people and doing a little bit of install shit. And it was like just me, and I was worth decent money. And I I was making pretty good fucking money, more than I am now. But like, I didn't have a bunch of employees. I didn't have a ton of responsibility. Things were fucking easy. And I've also been where like, holy fuck, I am 2 months late on my house payment. I'm fucking broke. I took all of my effort that I had put out on the front end of this for granted and fucked this whole thing off by just being a jackass and slacking off and not accepting work opportunities because I didn't feel like it. And it doesn't feel that much fucking different than when you have plenty of fucking money. It's not so fucking bad. But I've also only a few times, and only for very brief periods of time, been in a miserable relationship. And that sucked way worse than any financial situation I've ever been in. And I've been at jobs where I was miserable only a few times and only for a very short period of time. And that also was way more miserable than any financial bum out fucking situation I've ever been in. So fuck it. Like, you can go ahead and be broke for a minute. Like, it's okay. Fuck it. Like, if your job sucks, if your chick is lame, if your boyfriend is lame, you can say, fuck no. I get to choose. You make me miserable. Your boss, your job in general, your colleagues that you work with, your fellow coworkers, if they suck and you don't want to be around them, you don't fucking have to. You can go, I'm out. For half of the time that you're awake in the day in and day out, you're stuck in a place with somebody that sucks, right? If it's your boss or your coworkers, if that place sucks, that's 8 hours a day. The other potential 8 hours of the day you're at home or you're around your significant other. If either or both of those two suck, you're probably going to have more fun figuring out replacement for those things. Now, I don't recommend quitting your motherfucking job and just fucking off for months on end, but like, most people should be able to go, okay, I quit, and within a week or two have a new fucking job. Now, if you have gotten yourself into a position at your job that if you left it, you would super duper fuck yourself trying to go anywhere else, then you are getting paid more than you fucking deserve. And you should start busting your motherfucking ass and leveling up your skill set and start assessing. You're like, if I want to get a job that pays me this well anywhere other than here where I hate, I better open up my fucking skill set like a motherfucker. I better learn a whole bunch of new shit, and I better find a way to make it so that I can walk the fuck out the door of this job and make just as much money or more making a very simple phone call or two or applying to a similar job. You can easily, if you can't easily do that, then you're getting paid more than you fucking deserve. And that's why they're shitty to you, because they want you to fucking quit so they can replace you with somebody that'll do your job just as well or better for less, because you don't deserve to fucking be there. And if anybody's feelings are hurt by me saying this, good, go get some shit done. If I say some shit that offends you, go work at that. Go fucking prove me wrong that you're fucking worth as much as you are. Remind yourself. You can even call me and be like, hey, man, you said some shit that pissed me off the other day, and I fucking went and I fucking looked into that shit, and you were wrong about me. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So you have to
I heard, I saw it kind of goes along with this. It was a video, just a clip off of Rogan. Guest was. But it has to do with like there's a saying, and I don't remember exactly what it is, but it has to do with complacency. Yeah, and when you complacency, and when you it's like if it's tolerable, people will just put up with it forever. But if you almost want it to be really, really bad or bad, so that it sparks you to do something to change it. So like, people will just kind of get in a job that's not they don't fucking hate it, but they don't like it, but it pays the bills and it's comfortable and this and that, or even a relationship, same type shit. And you just pretty much go through your entire life this way. And it's super hard to break out of that because it's in the middle. It's not really, really bad and it's not great. Obviously, if it's great, you want to keep doing it, but you want it to be one or the other. You want it to be really bad or really good. Like being in the middle, it doesn't like put a fire on your ass, I guess.
I think because my emotional volatility that I've had in my whole life, I got a fire under my ass real fast at every position that ever became uncomfortable for me at all. I would immediately, like very quickly, be like, "This isn't fucking working. I'm changing. I'm making a change right now." You know.
Yeah. But if it would have been like kind of working and not bothering you too much, you would have put up with it for way longer. You know.
Maybe, but I think that gray area on me is a lot smaller than it is on many other people. I think you and I talked about it a little bit. I'm like, I'm kind of unemployable to some degree. Like I'm either going to piss you off being hypercritical about what you or any other employees are doing in the job surroundings, to where people are like offended. They're like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to just fucking cruise along. It's like, oh, I want to get shit done all fucking day. And so if I'm in a work environment and like this guy's a fucking slacker, I'll be like, hey man, you notice that everybody else is doing a whole bunch more work than you and you suck? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I
have
really
that problem too. It's annoying.
Yeah. When Getty and I were talking, we were talking about him getting a better job. And I was like, you just need to get your fucking teeth fixed. Like, Getty's teeth were kind of fucked up. Now Getty's teeth are fucking fixed. He has a really bitching job. And it was kind of a little bit at the same time. But, you know, he got a better job and he was able to afford that shit. And like, you gotta fucking, you know, you're my homie. Getty, we were hanging out a little bit. Started being my close homie. And I'm like, you need to fix this shit, bud. Like this is a fucking problem. You know, like a lot of fucking jobs, you're going to go in for a fucking interview and they're going to be like, how the fuck is this guy supposed to be a salesman, man? His fucking teeth are kind of fucked up, you know? Like it's a fucking thing. That's a real fucking thing, you know? Like people with tattoos on their face. Yeah, okay. Some jobs these days, even if it is a sales job, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But a lot of jobs will still be like, not a chance in hell. And that guy's not going to be on my showroom floor. Fuck no. You know? So, God damn it, Steve turned into a
robot again.
The next thing I'm going to cost.
Holy fuck!
God damn it, Steve. Robot mode again. What do you think the cause of that?
I think he's having if I gave the real answer, everybody look at me like I was crazy. So during the day, there are 5 layers of the atmosphere, and during the night, there are 2 layers. And when it drops down to 2 layers, signals take longer to go up, come down, and bounce back. So he might be in an area where that's affecting him.
A little too off the Area 51.
I had to do a fucking meteorology course in the Army at one point, and I learned a bunch of shit that I don't use that much.
So the whole time Steve talks, it doesn't work, and he's a robot. But he takes a vape hit, and it's like perfect.
Yep. Skynet. They're allowing him to put the robot dick online.
What did you say the last time you were a robot?
I think it's my modem. It's just I need to go to Cox and get it switched out.
You switched Cox a long time ago, bro.
Cox. Yeah,
I was trying to think of something.
For a fucking minute, dude.
I was trying to think of something that didn't happen fast enough.
It's JP stealing my internet from Cabo or wherever he the fuck he's
at.
He
probably
just doing laps over your
fucking
house.
Cox fucking internet and was like, no more Cox for fucking.
You know what I love about like
literally slap the fucking dick out of Steve's fucking mouth.
I think JP flies over your house and does circles when we're doing the podcast with a signal jammer.
Yeah.
It's like fuck that guy down there.
That'd be impressive.
Is that guy always on vacation? Does he work or? I mean, I don't know what's
I
going
don't
on.
fucking. He's got me all blocked all over the place.
Yeah, I'm officially blocked now by him and his wife. So
Yeah, I'm blocked
That's
everywhere
cool.
too.
Fook them.
I still, for some reason, have control of the JY Power Facebook page.
Not anymore. Now that this is aired publicly.
Well, I already told them. I told them multiple times to get me the fuck off there, but they never do it. So I'm still on there, and that's how I see JP's feeds. I switch to that account, and then I go see what JP's.
I just
But
realized I'm controlling 2 other accounts where I could go and look. I'm not going to say which ones, but
because every time there's like something happening, I see John make like a reply post or something. I'm like, God, what the fuck did I miss? And I have to dig through. So most of the time I can't even find it because I think they probably delete it before.
Yeah, usually they say something stupid,
and then just
and
delete.
then somebody
And they're like,
responds to
"Fuck."
it, and then they get, oh, I'll delete my dumb fucking post because I said some absurd ass shit.
Like I saw the auto pen post that John posted, but I don't know what that was in reply to. Did you see that?
What was it?
He bought an auto pen off of Amazon.
Oh yeah, I did.
Signatures for him.
Teaching it how to sign signatures.
Yeah, and he's just gonna include it with every order for free. He said. So
That's cool.
fucking
You gotta add it on the website.
Yeah.
Does he have you blocked? Yes, I'm
So
blocked.
we had a customer request that everybody in the shop sign his enclosure that he ordered. Like,
With a
cool.
mushroom stamp.
Like my name has a big ass Gately this big engraved on it. Do I also need to draw a Gately on there, or
Make the CNC do
I
your
was like,
signature.
cool, do that. I do. Every single box has the motherfucker on there, or the laser at least. You know.
You got it. No, the actual.
I mean, I'm happy. I will sign anything you guys want me to fucking sign. I'm good to go.
You should sign the
But
inside of every box. Shit, people will be like, "Damn,"
the builders,
He actually
whoever built the
signed it.
or have the
The
builder do it. Yeah,
builder
builder does it.
they date it and they sign the inside. Every single one. Whoever built it.
Sick.
I'm gonna order one, but I want my mushroom stamp in the inside of the box. You actually got to get ink on it.
Yeah,
No,
dip
stain.
and dab.
Stain.
Dip and dab.
Dip and dab.
Moved into that motherfucker.
Teabag that shit all over it.
I'll call him like, yo, I
It's
see
like,
you mushroom stamping,
Anthony,
but I didn't pay
I
for
don't
the
know if you
extra
guys
glue in
saw
here.
Anthony's dog Gracie walking around in the office. He brings her to work almost every day. And she's a super good dog. Like, we can leave the door open and she'll stay in the office. But if you walk out, she won't even follow you unless you go, come on, and she'll walk with you and stay with you while you walk around the shop and come back. She'll come back and she'll go stay in the office. Super good dog. And so she's kind of like, part of the team. We were right. And Aunt was like, should I put stain on her paw? Put it in. I'm like, I don't want your dog licking stain off of her paw. I'm like, I was trying to think of like, what could we get? Like some blue food coloring or something and put it on her paw and put a little paw stamp on the fucking inside of the box or something. Or yeah. So that led me to think of like, what could I put on my wang to slap a big,
plastic dip.
strong fucking
plastic dip.
I'm not putting chemicals on my fucking wiener, dude. I guess it's gonna be food color.
Let it harden and just peel it off.
Why is your wiener all blue, baby?
That's what you do when you run out of condoms. You plastic dip the whole thing. You just peel it off when you're done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna,
dip it in like
yeah.
Fucking dip it into a can of fucking weather beater and fucking blow a fan on it.
Shake it dry. Shake it dry.
Yeah.
Stuck to my hip. Fucking. If you're shaking it and it shakes when you are like fully erect, it's not fully erect. I'm fucking
ball and chain.
I'm fucking moving around. It doesn't wiggle, bro. It's just I'm swinging it like it's fucking bat. Fucking solid, brother.
Man, you gotta control where it gets harder. Just get the tip hard and shake the rest like a ball and chain.
Toilet
like
bowl cleaner. So put a fresh blue puck in the bowl and then like sit down while I pee and fucking dip my helmet in the fucking blue thing and then go running over to fucking Memphis's box across the parking lot. Dap it up a couple times. Smack.
I'm like, I paid for the stamp. I don't know where this extra glue came from though.
Oh yeah. Really sticky.
It never dries. Like planning it's coming out the port.
Tastes
like,
salty.
It's pineapples.
Tastes like salty pineapples.
SpongeBob.
Said iodine.
No, fuck that.
You
Iron
gonna
Dollar.
you put iodine on your wang, Steven?
Guess so.
It's because he's got an open.
Thanks for
soul.
the dog paws.
God damn it.
Yeah, don't put Tide Bond on there. It's probably a bad idea.
Oh my God.
JB Weld.
All right. But whatever, if you order a box, Memphis, you will get a big fat cock stamp on that thing. I'll do it.
That's fine. You gotta whip it though. Like it's gotta.
Oh yeah.
You
I'll
gotta
put-
whip it.
Like
I
you
need
know,
you to feel it.
you know that game like at the fair where they got like a sledgehammer and you fucking run up and jump and fucking smash the sledgehammer down and the thing goes up. That's what I'll do
It's
with
gonna
my
be a
thing.
mushroom stamp with a big
Yeah,
ass
I'm
platter
running and
around it.
jumping, fucking smash like motherfucker.
I won't believe it unless the
There's
next
more of
time I
this
see you
gay
walking
talk.
around, you walking crazy.
Bam.
Yeah.
Whole list. Fucking
If you
40
you
some
slap
odd
it that
fucking
hard,
viewers.
it's gonna be shaped like a fucking sledgehammer after you slap it that hard in the box. Have a hammerhead shark in his pants.
Wow. I didn't realize the helmet would swell up like that. No.
Fucking dark. It's like Spaceballs when they had the big Darth Vader helmets.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
That's what I look like anyway. Except for it's not.
Bobby, did you go to that Dogtown show over the weekend or whatever? Or is that
You mean
coming up?
the
Hang Time?
motocross show last weekend, not
Okay.
this.
I thought I saw a video or two. How was that?
Yeah, that was a good event. I mean, that was a good event last year for us too. You know, it's a motocross race. I used to race motocross, and I fucking love that event. It's always a good time. And usually we go to watch the race, and you know, I thought, you know, there's like fucking 35,000 people out there, and most of them have pickup trucks, and a lot of them are into wild, loud ass shit. And I thought, it's a motocross race. They probably aren't going to trip out on me demoing a bass rig because it's loud as fuck out there.
Yeah.
So last year we talked to them, said, hey, you know, I want a big space. I want to have enough room for a couple of vehicles in a big booth. And you know, we paid a few $1,000 and they give us like this fucking huge area. And they were like, you could use all this. And I was like, well, shit, I just need a fraction of it to even be a big space. And, you know, a bunch of our friends and stuff came and visited because we're in the Sacramento area. And we had a few customers that we already had that were like, oh, shit, this is cool. And like a couple of guys were immediately like, hey, I want to upgrade my truck and I want to do this and this. And made a reasonable amount of sales, easily, you know, making plenty of money to pay for the event and then some. And it was like pretty cool. It worked out good. So, you know, we intended to come back this year, but we had a little bit of hassle about how much we could play. So we were like, hey, we want to come back. We need to be able to play a little bit more. And I don't need as much space, so I'd rather not spend as much money. So they worked it out for like $1,000 or $1,500. I can't remember exactly how much we paid, which is nice, a little bit less. And we brought out the demo rig and we had the van and we had our, you know, 20 by 10 booth and we had plenty of space. We had a little bit of an issue with one of the booths that was near us, kind of whining about how loud we were. But they got the fuck over it. And we were nice to them with like, look, it won't be like relentless nonstop because I don't want to sit in the fucking thing when it's 107 degrees and demo all fucking day long anyway. But every time we'd fire it up, man, like we're all the way at the end of vendor row. So when everybody's coming in the morning, you know, we got the truck sitting there and people are walking by and they're like, holy fuck, are those amplifiers? You know, it's like, yeah, you see the speakers. And they look there, whoa, what the fuck? And they're like, can you turn this on? And we're like, get in. And we turn, and then like a crowd would form. We'd have a decent little 8 or 12 or fucking, sometimes it was like 20, 30 people. And like, we'd do some demos. And after a little while, some people would be like, all right, I don't want to wait in line to get a demo. And they're just like, I'll come back to this later. Or like it would be like the place across the way from us. It'd be like, look, we just did like 6 fucking demos in a row. I should shut this thing down for like 10 or 15 minutes and let them, you know, kind of regroup and get their shit together. They were a little dramatic about it, but it was reasonable. It was like a fair enough deal. If I play it for 10 or 15 minutes, I'll turn it off for 10 or 15 minutes and then I can do it again in a little while. But sometimes that was a little bit of a bummer because, you know, I'd be like, all right, I gave like 8 demos in a row. I've been playing this thing for like 20 minutes. I'm going to shut it down for 10 or 15. And I'd be like, if you can chill out for like 10 minutes and, you know, and they hang out for a little while and eventually they just kind of walk away. And it's like, oh, that's okay. You know, like whatever, fuck it. Come back later.
Did you see
Right.
B-Ray there by chance? Was he racing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I wasn't tracking the racing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. I watched some of the main pro, the pro motos during the day. So, but yeah, it was good.
Memphis,
It was,
is your port steel?
No.
The rear is though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why he keeps asking me that.
Oh, I didn't know he asked
He
you that.
he saw a picture on my page and he said, is it his eyes or is the rear port steel? Now it's black paint with a reflection coming in from my prison windshield. That's what makes it look like that.
Yeah. It looked like steel to me too.
Serious?
Yeah, when I saw the picture, I was like, oh, it's steel ports in the back.
No.
I just thought you had it all plated on the inside.
No, I got plating at the shop, but I'm saving it for the van.
Gotcha.
I wanted to put a plate in the floor and in the roof just so I wouldn't have to do body work because the floor was jacked from fucking pulling the old build out.
Yeah.
But I found
for the
a
floor,
solution.
just make sure the truck is sitting level and just pour epoxy down.
No, so I got a guy, a good buddy of mine who builds custom bathrooms. He's coming to lay my fucking tile down.
Okay.
Is it fucking
On the floor, like ceramic
Yep.
tile on the floor, little grout and shit. It's like a bathroom.
quarter inch marble?
Okay, that's what's up. Sick as
Yep.
fuck.
I bought like fucking 5 packs of it. The sheets of marble are like fucking 24 by 42. So like 10 sheets of that. So the entire floor is going to be done in that.
Nice.
So people are like, oh, it's going to break. I'm like, well, if it breaks, that means something's wrong with my enclosure because that means the
your
floor is
shit's
fucking
fucking
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not going to break.
Well, doesn't the iceberg have that in it?
Frost.
Or Frost? The Frost doesn't
Yeah,
have.
Frost has got 1/8 inch sheets of it, but it's marble, like a marble top coat with this polycarbonate layer behind it and aluminum. So it's not the fucking same thing.
I gotcha.
So I was like, this time I will go to Home Depot and order some actual fucking custom marble and do it and see what happens.
Fucking splatter paint that shit, bruh.
Fuck no, I hate splatter
What?
paint.
Oh well, he's probably going to be doing it, but was he going to like mortar and thin set it like you would in a fucking house? That's interesting.
I put one sheet in already because I didn't have to cut it. So I put the first sheet in and
Better hope there's no voids in there. Better put a lot of fucking thin set.
there's a lot. I put a whole fucking container on the back of the one piece I put in.
You'll be in there with a little hammer going ting 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 on all of it, trying to find the little voids.
Right. It just fucking break. If it breaks, if it cracked, I just feel the cracks and it'd look even cooler. I'll
True.
feel the crack. I'll feel the
Go in
cracks.
there and smash it with a fucking sledgehammer, and then put it all back together with gold.
Yeah, go get some of that really thin LED shit that Drew has that he found. That like goes
Put it in
inside
the cracks.
Yeah, and then you can light it up and be like,
Make it
lighting.
red and looks like the fucking devil's coming out the floor of my enclosure.
No, don't give you ideas now. We break it off.
If like let's say so you do an acrylic component like floor, right? And you sand it so that it's got kind of on both sides so that it's got a frosted effect
look.
to it. You put a fucking shitload of LEDs underneath that, right? And then you put a bunch of broken pieces of fucking marble on it, and then you do a clear epoxy on all of that,
And then you one side,
light that shit up, and then it has that like the fuck it's broken, and and the fucking hell's coming out of the motherfucker or whatever the fuck you want.
That'd be dope. If I did it, somebody would just comment on my page and say they had that idea 2 years ago and never did it. So I've been getting a lot of that lately.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that 50 years ago, but I didn't. I'm like, okay, well, doesn't count.
Yeah.
What up, Nick Flair, aka Ric Flair? Stupid hot cat.
Woo!
Are you gonna add heat to the heated floors also?
Like it-
No, I am gonna put like a fucking bullet heater in there during your demos in Florida though. You'll make it extra toasty.
I saw you put those bars up for the magnet on the passenger driver side too.
No, I'm doing the driver's side door in Frost. I'm doing that. Alex is doing that right now. And I'm not gonna magnetize the driver's side door.
I could have swore I saw 2 things on each side.
Yeah, that was the passenger side with a picture flip.
Oh,
Yep. But I'm not gonna do it. He wants me to do it, but I don't want to do it because I'm like, I'll never need to lock that side in like that. I always play driver door open, but I reinforce the passenger door because I do like to give fucking doors closed, window down demos. And I did that at in Florida at Made of Steel, and it tore the driver's side door up. So I was like, nope, I'm not the guy to replace shit. I'm not gonna be, 13 fucking doors in and 21 fucking windshields. I break it once or twice, I'm gonna figure out how to fucking engineer it where it doesn't break anymore.
Yeah.
Not replacing shit multiple times.
I like to do either fucking like both doors open or both windows down, both doors closed. Like I just like I know like the Soulgasm, you roll one window up and that thing is motherfucking wild, but it's also just destroys the door. Like one demo and it's over them all. That was fun.
Yep. Yeah,
$500.
sheet metal falling out of everywhere.
Yeah, the whole fucking wipeout, you know.
Yeah, this is the last show for Frost for a while. I plan on.
What do you have left to do to it? What's your list of shit?
Frost is the doors will be done this Friday. The windshield will be in. Christopher Douglas Allen sent me 24 new subs, the V2s, after I told him one sub was making a squeaky noise. He's like, okay, cool. 24 new subs. So after this show, I'm going to sit it down. I'll pull all those subs out. I'm going to drive them back to Georgia and I'm going to put the new ones in. And I'm probably going to tear the fucking dashboard out, do some reinforcement, fix the old cabin fucking firewall shit like we talked about, and then I will put it back. I already poured a cow with 16-pound foam yesterday. I found out that the cow does have a void in it. I mean, it has a hole in it that goes outside.
Yeah, sure does. You got a fucking goddamn
on the passenger side
on the fucking ground.
Yeah, the big ass fucking pancake on the ground. It was on the passenger side, but I figured that out, so I filled that hole with spray foam. And then I poured some more after I got the pancake off the floor. That fender is gonna be really rigid. That 16 pounds down in that fender, and I ain't fucking taking it out. So
yeah, it's in there. You good?
Pretty fucking rigid. Other than that, truck's good to go. After this show, it's gonna sit down. I'm gonna do a lot of fucking revamping and call it a day because I'm pretty sure there's probably a hole in the floor somewhere.
pretty common with those cars.
Yeah.
The system's in it.
Matt just fucking posted a video and his whole transmission tunnel had a fucking sinkhole in it. So he went and fixed that by extreming the floor. Once I fix it, I'm shipping it. Once I get Frost fixed, I'm going to ship it over to y'all side of the water, and it will stay over there. And that way, when I fly over there, I'll have a vehicle there.
You know where you're planning to store it?
Whoever raises their hand and says, "Me, I got space."
I'm trying to think of who can do that.
Me? John Robbie?
One of the three of y'all people named.
Phi?
Yeah, there's room.
Fucking room, do they?
Red ain't got no room over there with the.
They do now. Fuck, dude, that place is emptied out. It's
he
insane.
cleaned it out. That's right. We was cleaning out when I went there.
You can fit 1, 2, 3. I bet you can fit
but the thing is,
6
that would be-
full-size Suburbans in there now.
Yeah, you need to. It needs to be something that's not. It's not in the way. It's got to be just chilling.
Oh yeah, it'd have to
Yeah,
be.
this will be in the way.
It'd have
It'll
to
have
be
more
pulled in
space
and
at
out.
fucking. It'll have more space at fucking at fucking Sky High.
Oh yeah.
It'd be just
Yeah.
like in the lot at Sky High though.
JP's
There's a
got
lot.
a warehouse here. You
Yeah,
know,
Jay
JP will
who?
store it for you.
Who?
yeah.
That's
Scotty
easy.
Johnson's got a spot.
No, nope, nope, nope.
Huh.
Nah, nah.
Sure, we can figure something out. Shit.
It'll
I
it'll
wish
have a it'll have a big acronym on the side of it when I get it back. I don't think I like it. I don't want a down for the pound sticker on my car.
Down for fraud.
Mm.
Okay.
A lot of them motherfuckers are down for that shit, though. It's kind of crazy. That's
I
why
mean, clearly, they okayed it. They said it's fine. They didn't do
motherfuckers,
what they need.
gigantic motherfucking shit on the side of their fucking rig, full of their fucking amps, fucking the
'Cause
whole fucking thing. You're like, bro, I don't
he
get it.
didn't scam me, so it
You
doesn't
gave
count.
me, bro.
Only
Yeah.
the other people that loved him.
I saw Corbin pulled his amps out.
A lot of people are pulling them out.
Dude, I had a dealer customer that was visiting with me today. He's going to be around tomorrow as well. And he's like, dude, he's like, my customer had to have orange amps. He had to have orange amps. He saw those things. He knew he could have orange. You put them in. And he was like, dude, we're running it at 1 ohm. But he's got a fucking lithium battery. He's got all the shit. And the amp fucking quit working. And he's like, so he fucking ordered a bigger one because, if he has to buy a new one, sent the other one in, fucking goddamn took
Tomorrow.
2.5 months to get back the one that they had repaired. He went from a JP53 to a 73 because he couldn't get an 83 in orange at the time. So he puts the 73 in. They run that at 1 ohm, no voltage drop. It fucking fails in 3 weeks. He still hadn't even got the 53 fucking back yet. They're searching all through his box, like trying to figure out what the fucking problem is. They put one of my 3900s in there temporarily. It works fine the whole entire time. They received the JP53, they put it in, and it doesn't work on startup. He's like, fuck. And then he has no idea how soon he's going to get the 73 back. And I'm like, put a 7100 in there. Fucking like, and if there's a fucking failure, then he has to have a wiring issue in his thing. He's like, dude, we ran the fucking Gately amp for like 9 fucking weeks without a problem, or 7 weeks without a fucking problem. And you know what I mean? And the 53 was in there for fucking 4 months before it had a fucking issue, and it's like, they have a higher, everybody knows they have a higher failure rate than most other things. He does like no quality control or something. Like if you are getting tens of thousands of amplifiers and you are trying to save every penny you can, and they're charging you fucking $14 to $24 to QC an amp, then maybe he's doing 1 out of 10. Maybe he's doing 1 out of 100. I don't know. I do every single one of my amps. I know Ben does every single one of his amps. And that seems to, like, and I have had 0 amplifiers that have had a failure that I needed to warranty.
Do you do any batch testing when you get them as well? Like pull one random amp out of each batch and just...
we're doing installs with them so much. It's like we get to do it for free. I don't have
That's true. Yeah.
Like there's obviously lots and lots of things about having an install bay and manufacturing boxes and building our own subs in house and bringing in subs from overseas and mids from overseas and amps from fucking Korea and there's disadvantages to doing all of that shit at once, but there are many things that are an advantage all at once, because like the fucking new speakers all arrive and it's like, put them all in that build. You know what I mean? We got new amps. Put them in the build. Boop. And just fucking like, here we go. So I get to test things right away all the time.
Right. Yeah. Like on a huge level, I know when I was touring Kicker, they were talking about their process. And like you guys, you and Ben, and I'm sure countless others, they pay for all their QC at the factory, but when they get them, they're getting 10,000 amps. So
Right.
They'll pull like 1 amp out of each pallet and test it. And then if something's wrong with 1 amp, then they're going to dig through that pallet a little more, because they're all patched together.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, so like when my amps show up, it's like fucking 5 pallets, 2 different amp models. you know, and it's like, okay, cool. I got my 250 amps that arrived, and and we're like in the middle of an install, and I'm like, let's use one of the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sale.
Yeah.
Get some of my back.
Oh, well, it's fine. Okay, cool. We're doing okay then.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, Steven, hit me up when you're ready to get that 8-channel going. We'll get you dialed in. You know, all you guys that watch the show, man, you get special, quietly loud, fucking regular, frequent flyer hookup price on all the products you need from us. I'm happy to fucking help you out. Like, you know, not a secret. I know who you are. When you watch the show all the time, you call me up and start chatting.
Yep.
I'm a fucking hook up with a killer deal on the product. I'm fucking down. So, but yeah. All right, gentlemen.
All right,
I
boys.
made a little list of things for me to do tomorrow, even though I'm in fucking fantastic mood. Things are good. When I check off a bunch of these things on this fucking list, I'm gonna have an extra little dose of fucking dopamine. So all of you guys that are watching, whether you're in a great mood or you're in a grumpy ass mood or you're a whiny little bitch or you're fucking a giddy little giggly fucking Memphis pervert, make a little list of a half a dozen or a dozen fucking fun things that you need to get done, and check them off, and see if it makes you smile, and make you a little bit proud of yourself, and then I don't know, give yourself a fucking high five. Fucking good job, bud. Way to go.
It'll help relieve your stress. I
A
guarantee.
circle jerk like the new Camilla logo.
Yeah, you could do the and then find 4 of your homeboys, and that's your reward. You're like, hey, we're gonna make a list. You do a dozen things. You show it. You can join the quintuple double jack.
I'm gonna do a car show, a double fist for DBs. We're
like this one, like that, or this one.
that one.
Oh, I mean, I don't know which one's more tangible. I know one of them there might be poop though, and that's
The
bad.
one where you're making contact.
That one, the Kamala one was definitely more good because it was a 3-way. Each hand was two different hands and three different people.
Yeah,
When
it's
he was
3
just
people
being-
involved in that one.
You'd be
You know,
two-
though, hey man, if you are in
This
a
is 3
group like
people.
this, then I'm pretty sure you're contaminating the homeboy across from you.
And the sad part is you're not even making eye contact with the guy that's touching you. You're staring at the guy directly across from you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna save you, bro.
and he needs to get something on you. Yeah, look at me. Look at me.
Don't you break eye contact.
Oh,
How
fucker.
dare you?
All right, we're
All
out
right.
here. The police
Have a
are
good
on
night.
Steve.
If there's
It's
5 of them
family-wise.
and everybody's doing make eye contact, one person is like kind of the odd man out, just a little bit. Just keep that in mind. Somebody's
It's like
somebody's
the
gonna be
human
sad. I
centipede.
got left out in the quintuple double of the eye contact part of this. Get fucked and jacked.
It's like being the
You're
last guy
jacked
in the
and not
human
getting
centipede.
jacked.
Don't be a little bitch. Yep, that's today's moral.
I mean, kinda, but you know, but if you're gonna be a little bitch, call somebody that's okay with you being a little bitch. Don't post about it on fucking Facebook, Memphis.
Shit.
No, really, if you're fucking stressed out, fucking phone a friend. You know what I mean? And if you know, if you're any like, I'm down, man. I'll take a call. I'll fucking jump on there and we can talk it out. But like, you got to listen to my solution. I'm a problem solver. I'm not, you know. You can't just tell me your fucking issues and not be ready for me to tell you how to solve that shit. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. If you come to me with some problems, I'm gonna give you solutions. So don't be like, I just wanted a pity party. So
If they come to you with problems, they have to come with you.
they have to come on.
They have to come on you.
Yeah.
If you come to me with your problems, you better come with me.
Yeah. At the same time.
I think in the quintuple jack,
We're gonna
right?
fix this
While
together.
looking at each other. But what I want you to do is I want you to explain your problems to me while you're jerking me off. How's that?
That
I'm never gonna finish my sentence.
works so much.
I'll never finish one thought.
Oh god.
You're like, so this is really disturbing.
So your problems aren't that bad now, are they? Huh?
No, definitely not at all.
See, I'm a
This is
problem.
way worse. This is way worse.
Yeah, the problems are over with.
You
now.
think your job sucks. Your therapist is awful.
Just your therapist just puts you in the most uncomfortable, weird positions. You're like, all right, you're right.
Yeah, at this point, it's not that bad anymore.
Might be on to something here, boys.
Yep.
Instead of BetterHelp, what can we call it? Like,
I
I don't know.
don't
What? Are you-
That site, betterhelp.com, we'll make a new one. It'll be like
Batter help.
bad help.
Yeah, bad help.
Bad help.
Inappropriate help.
Oh, yeah. Look at it.
You know what though? Imagine if you called some ridiculous asshole with some fucked up perverted mind and he was just cracking fucked up jokes, made you laugh your fucking ass off the whole time. It would probably work pretty good. You know what I mean?
Would.
Yeah.
It would.
Be all right. Like you could, like if you could call and if somebody could program an AI George Carlin,
I was about to say George Carlin.
you just call and you're like, man, I'm fucking. Oh, hey, this is actually really good right here. That's super good. I like that, John. If you were to call and you get some AI of George Carlin and you're like, so, and I'm fucking kind of sad in my job, and he was like, and it just fucking bam, just full on
30
George Carlin
minutes.
fucking AI rant, and you're just fucking shitting yourself laughing, and you're like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah, it's not that bad anymore.
There's probably not that many people in the world that think they have it better than most people. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
there's really only like a small percentile of people that it's really obvious they got it way better, right? There's some people that it looks like it's way better. I'm pretty fucking sure either JP is a fucking sociopath or he's probably kind of miserable. I can't imagine him just enjoying his life day in and day out. I mean, like I fucking ripped off a bunch of people that love me. I fucking and like I'm a great person. Like,
Well,
I gave
asked
a
JP.
barista $200. I'm a fantastic person. I broadcasted on the whole. See, everybody, like
I bet
you stole $200
hashtagged
from 4 people that
Okay.
love you, and you
It's-
gave some random barista that probably is annoyed as fuck by you $200. Fag.
Or how about like
it's
this
miserable
haircut
with
post?
money.
Who did the haircut better, me or this guy? It's like, dude, you're
A
You're
hot
not
sauce
famous.
bidet. He needs like a fucking
How much?
ghost pepper bidet. Like
Yeah, that. So
fuck him. He said bite harder for JP a good life.
Jesus,
brother.
something
He
got
can't.
real.
It's got to be bad to be miserable with money.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he's just a fucking actual sociopath, and then it's just like, wow, that's kind of scary, dude.
Or he's
no, he is. The first I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people like, dude, the first time I met JP, he was like, "Don't you know who I am?" type attitude. It's like, dude,
You know who I am.
if you're gonna be like that to somebody you've never met, you're a fucking sociopath.
It's
Something's
audio fucker, not fucking Tony Awards. Like, it's a fucking hobby.
wrong. Yup. All right, I think I'm gonna break my fucking 48-hour fast. I am an hour from that. I'm gonna get some food in an hour.
It's like the repetitive video.
48-minute fucking fast, motherfucker.
Day one of not
48
beating my meat.
hours.
Day two of
Good
not
job,
beating
though.
my
For
meat.
real.
Day one of me not beating my meat.
Fucking
Like-
must be nice. Nice, you get all sick, and it makes it easy for you to do a fucking fast.
Do what?
It must be nice.
Yeah.
I can't even get fucking sick, so I can fast. That's fucking.
Hey, it was a
I'm
jump
on a
start. I
permanent.
needed.
I'm on a
I was like,
permanent
you know
fast. I can't afford food.
I was like, fuck it. I've done 12 hours already. I might as well go another
I wish
36.
I had fucking diarrhea so I could lose 8 pounds.
Here comes the must be nice post. That's the new trend. Let's start must be nice.
Must be nice and people like
Yeah,
you know
horrible
when
situations.
when people really hit me with a must be nice, man, I'm like, it really is. It's so fucking good. Like I
Yeah.
fucking
I
am
just
like,
do it back with bad,
I did really fantastic with that, like
with really bad
Yeah,
information. Like, oh, I'm just got diagnosed with herpes. Yeah, must be fucking nice. Like what?
wish I had something to focus on. Be worried about all the time. Shit.
I'd
Yeah.
like to scratch.
Jesus Christ.
Where did we go in this conversation?
I don't know. This is
Started
what
with
happens
must be
when
nice, but he said he wants to must be nice people when they say something fucked up. This is
yeah.
what I was doing to you, right?
Let's start doing that.
Yeah.
It's what happens when we say we're
Oh,
getting
when somebody
off
makes
3
their
times.
boohoo post, they're like, fucking dude, and my
Must be
ex
nice.
bitch, and she won't let me see my fucking kids, the thing. And you're like, must be nice.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
What the fuck you mean? What must be nice? You're like, I wouldn't want to see no motherfucking kids or no janky bitch anyway. You ever heard of a PlayStation? That's way
Yeah,
more
you're
fun
right.
than a fucking
I gotta
toddler,
go
dude.
home to
What
my
the
kids
fuck,
every
bro?
day. Must be nice.
Oh my god, that's terrible. My fucking bitch left me. Must be nice.
I'm starting it on Facebook, and
I got fired.
I'm gonna
Must be
tag
nice.
y'all every time I do it.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
I'm fucking getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home.
All right, guys.
Guys, fix your engine noise. Be an
Peace.
asshole. Later.
Later.
Must be